What's up, y'all? It's Parson Prince CEO Mark Parson here, and this is it. This is day one. This is video one. You know, I got some big things coming for this channel. I plan to tell my story, let y'all know about who I am and why I started this brand. You know, check it out. But also I got deep topics I want to discuss about society, about the world that we live in, really, and just my thoughts on it all. I hope that with this platform I can promote the brand and just, let you guys know what I'm feeling, what I got cooking up in my dome. So, let's get to it. So this goes back a couple months, actually. I'd say to about late August, maybe, yeah. And there was this Netflix documentary, and it was called The Social Dilemma. And, it was really deep to me because what it was speaking about was how, my generation, the ones, younger than me, that social media controls our lives. And when I say that, what I mean is, my generation is a generation of people who crave validation and who crave approval from others, people pleasers. Like, that's what we are. That's what it's made us become. And what I mean by that is, we live for the likes, we live for the good comments, we live for the hard eyes, we live for the thumbs up, we live for all that. And one bad comment can cause a bad mood the whole day. Not getting 100 likes can lead to someone actually deleting the post. Like, what? But that's not even the sickest thing about it. We're seeing a higher rise in depression and suicides among kids. Kids are dying before their parents. That shouldn't be how it is, but that's how it is. And after the documentary, we were all just touched by it. And then my mom came to me and she said, Mark, one of the things that your aunt told me was this: I wish that everybody would go from consumers to creators. And a consumer is somebody who just sits there on their phone, on the game, watching TV, who just sits there just consuming information, just consuming stuff. Just consuming information. Because we are in the information age, but we've been abusing that. And it's been like numbing us to a point where that's all we know, that's all we like. It's like we're addicts to it. And I was like, you know what, Mom? I'm gonna put that on a shirt. And I made a few prototypes, which honestly weren't all that. There wasn't nothing special. But, I made a few more, and I said, hey, I'm getting the hang of this. These ain't bad. And then my mom said, Mark, why don't you sell these? Why don't you get serious about this stuff? Because this is a deep message that people need to hear. And then I was like, me sell stuff, run a business? I don't know nothing about that. Because I still had that self-doubt that social media instilled in me. I felt that I wasn't good enough for something. Like, why can't I? But, that's just how I was back then. It was weird. And then she said, you know what, Mark, sleep on it, because I think you'll be good at it. And then I slept on it. And the next morning, I woke up. I literally jumped out of bed and said, you know what? This is what I want to do. This is going to be cool. Let's start selling some shirts. And Parson Prince was born from there. Honestly, I just want to spread a message of, people just having confidence in themselves, people having self-love, and just letting people know that it's okay to be yourself. We live in a society where everybody just does what the last person does. Individuality is completely shot. Like, there's no such thing. And it's nobody's fault, it really is. It's just they were dealt a bad hand, like my guy Simon Sinek likes to say. They were just dealt a bad hand. And because of that, everyone is thinking the same thoughts. Everybody talks about what's being talked about. Nobody's just their own person. And how can you be successful that way when you're just like ones and zeros? How can you be successful if you don't believe in yourself? People really forget that self-love is key. It really is. Like, the first step to being great is to love yourself. And I feel that if I can get that message out to the ones who come after me, then the world's problems can most likely end in a matter of weeks. Literally. I want it to be so my kids and the people coming after me, like my young cousins, even like my little brother, can grow up in a world where being yourself and individuality, is okay. Like, I want that to be the norm. You know, I want people to have confidence well beyond, you know, God level. I want it to be so that being yourself isn't looked down upon, where it's not hated on, where you can just do you without fear of judgment and without criticism. You know, criticism is a big one, I think, because I think that criticism, honestly, is what holds people back the most. You know, some say it's fear, but I think that people are afraid of criticism. Criticism is what puts people in mental prisons because they don't want to speak out. They don't want to stand out. They don't want to be them because they're afraid of what's going to be said about them, which I just don't understand. Like, we only got like 80, 90 some years on this planet, and people spend half of it worrying about others and being a people pleaser. You know, I want all that shedded. I want a new world. I want a world where confidence is the golden rule. Anyone inspire me? Yes. You know, it has to be the two billionaires of hip hop, you know, Jay-Z and Kanye West. You know, Kanye inspired me because his first like 3 albums, those are the ones that I rock with the best. The theme that I got from that really was, you know, just be yourself, you know, just be you. Like, you don't gotta be like everybody else. You don't gotta follow the same path that was already made by the last guy. You know, you can make your own path. You can become who you want to be, honestly. And yeah, he just showed me that in this life we can make our own reality, that we can literally do what we want to do. We can be whoever that we want to be, but we just got to put in the work. We just got to, you know, just go the extra mile. And Jay-Z inspired me because when I listened to his latest album, 444, or his most recent one of the themes that I took from that was, you know, he talked about generational wealth. He talked about just building an empire for his family and his kids to live on, and that's one of my goals too. But a bigger thing, honestly, was that if you look at him, or when I look at him, I see a go-getter. I see someone who never lets his time go to waste. I see someone who's always on top of his game, someone who's always on top of his stuff, and just someone who's not afraid to take risk in order to get what he wants and just do what he wants to do. And that's, you know, and I'm trying to get to that level as well. And, you know, that anything I want to do, I can honestly achieve. Like, I feel it, I believe it, but I just got to put in the work necessary. And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to sacrifice all my free time in order, if it means to make life better for myself and my family, and get my message out there. Like, what's better than that? I told that kid, you know, to just stay true to himself, really, and to just, you know, never lose his creative spark, you know, because this was a child who was making his own Pokemon cards and making his own comic books, you know, constantly. And, you know, I'd also tell him to, you know, put down the controllers and pick up books, you know, put down the phone and pick up pencils and notepads. So, you know, I just tell him to just keep on living and just keep on, you know, creating, basically. Yes, actually, you know, one of the things that I want to start living by is everything that I see and everything that I do, I want to make, you know, I want to own. So, like, you know, I watch cartoons here and there. So I want to make my own, you know, animated series. You know, it's called Crypto. And I'm going to touch on that in a later video. Might have to make some crypto shirts soon. You know, that. And, you know, I like listening to music, you know, beats and stuff like that. So I'm going to get into producing, you know, pretty soon. And start making my own music to put behind these videos. And I don't know, but just, you know, I just want to own all that I see and just all that I do, really. Dr. Boyce said, you know, own or be owned.
Things that we're big on is just, you know, finding ways to own things, making ownership an important part of the wealth building conversation.
Right.
Because when you own nothing, then typically somebody owns you, somebody controls you.
And I have all these interests, I have all these hobbies. So, you know, why not just create them for yourselves? You know, why not make your own opportunities everywhere that you look? That's just one of the things that I live by. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video and really just getting to know me and the brand as a whole, really. Don't forget to check out our website, parsonprints.com, and our many collections. We got the Consumer to Creator collection, the City collection, the Black Power collection, and the best of the best. We got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, all of it. And also, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I look forward to going on this journey with y'all. I appreciate it.